It's common gaming knowledge that in the Pokemon world, the Pokemon themselves are the equivalent of animals in the real world. And that begs the question, what do humans in the Pokemon universe eat? Well, they eat Pokemon. And we don't just mean Pokemon that resemble food like the ice cream Pokemon Vanillite, the meringue Pokemon Slurpuff, and the newly revealed cake Pokemon Alcremie. We mean the Pokemon that resemble the animals we eat in the real world. Welcome to Gamebookr, and this is 7 Pokemon that humans eat in the Pokemon universe. The first Pokemon on this list is Farfetchd. Farfetchd are known to be quite rare considering people rarely ever catch them for battle purposes. Its Pokédex entry from Pokemon Yellow says, lives where reedy plants grow. They are rarely seen, so it's thought their numbers are decreasing. And Ash's Pokédex from episode 49 of the anime says, Farfetchd, a wild duck Pokemon. Farfetchd make a delicious meal, especially when cooked with leek. Because of this, Farfetchd is nearly extinct. Well, there you have it, guys. Seems rather convenient that it's already holding an ingredient that you can cook it with, don't you think? Second on this list is Slowpoke. In the second generation Pokemon games, Gold and Silver, you run into Team Rocket whose plan was to capture some Slowpoke so they could cut their tails off to sell as a rare delicacy. Also, the Slowpoke song on the official Pokemon YouTube channel mentions that Slowpoke tail sap is a yummy snack. The bright side is that as the song continues, it states that their tails grow back after some time. I wonder how slow it grows back though. Third on this list is Basculin. Unlike other fish Pokemon like Magikarp, Goldeen, Finneon, among others, Basculin's Pokédex entry actually states that they are food. Its Pokédex entry from Omega Ruby states, red and blue striped Basculin are very violent and are always fighting. They are also remarkably tasty. Wow. Grilled Basculin with garlic butter, anyone? On a side note, now that we're talking about Pokemon seafood, there's a book in the Canalave City Library in the Sinnoh region that talks about this. The book says, pick clean the bones of Pokemon caught in the sea or stream. Thank them for the meals they provide and pick their bones clean. When the bones are as clean as can be, set them free in the water from which they came. The Pokemon will return fully fleshed and it begins anew. There you go, Pokemon regenerate after you have eaten them. I wonder if it only works for water-type Pokemon though. Fourth on this list is Sharpedo. Much like Slowpoke, Sharpedo aren't actually eaten as a whole, rather caught just for their dorsal fin. Its Pokédex entry from Pokemon Moon states, it has a sad history. In the past, its dorsal fin was a treasured foodstuff, so this Pokemon became a victim of overfishing. Well, capturing and cutting off shark fins is actually a problem we're dealing with in the real world, so please, do not support shark's fin soup. That is all. Fifth on this list is another Pokemon seafood. Crabby. Unlike other Pokemon on this list, Crabby's Pokédex entry doesn't actually say anything about it being food. Our assumption of it being eaten by humans in the Pokemon world comes from episode 13 of the anime. In this episode, Ash calls up Professor Oak to check on his Crabby, only to find that the professor is in the middle of having a meal. Because of this, Ash asks him if he's eating his Crabby. The professor answers by saying he can't eat that Crabby because it's just too small. Well, there you go, Crabby is food. It's not that surprising though. Number 6 on our list is the grass-type Cherubi. Cherubi is the first Pokemon on this list that does not resemble an animal, but rather a fruit. A cherry to be specific. Let's take a look at its Pokédex entry from Pokemon Diamond. The small ball holds nutrients needed for evolution. Apparently, it is very sweet and tasty. Yep, it said sweet and tasty. I know cherries are really good, but this is one Pokemon that I wouldn't be able to eat a bowl of. Just look at it. Although, a Cherubi pie does look good, and you wouldn't be able to see its face anymore. The last one on this list is another Gen 1 Pokemon, Chansey. But to be perfectly clear, people don't actually eat Chansey itself. Yeah, you guessed it, humans eat its eggs. And Chansey willingly gives it to people who need food. And for those of you who think its eggs aren't actually Chansey's offspring but rather purposefully created to be used as sustenance, let's read its Pokédex entry from Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Chansey lays nutritionally excellent eggs on an everyday basis. The eggs are so delicious, they are easily and eagerly devoured by even those people who have lost their appetite. And from Pokemon Platinum, it says, A kindly Pokemon that lays highly nutritious eggs and shares them with injured Pokemon or people. Everyone who has ever bred Pokemon in the games knows that Pokemon lay eggs. Not just Chansey, all Pokemon that can procreate lay eggs to multiply. It just so happens that Chansey willingly gives away its babies to people who need food. Enough said. So how would you like your Chansey eggs? Scrambled or happily side up? Well, that's it for this list, guys. Which Pokemon would you eat if you lived in the Pokemon world? Miltank? Torchic? Giratina? Let us know in the comments below. Again, this is Gamebookr. Thank you for watching and we hope to see you next time.